Hey guys, Everyday Aficionados here with another beer review. Today we're taking a look at Samuel Adams Imperial White. It is 10.3% ABV and 15 IBUs, and it is a towering 321 calories.
Jeez.
So, yeah, that's pretty big.
It's basically a meal in a bottle.
Yeah, that's a lot of calories for a beer. This is a small batch beer, so they only brew like a limited amount of it, but honestly, I've been to the beverage center numerous times, and I've never had a hard time finding it. Like, I've seen it there. So maybe that means they're not selling a lot of it, but yeah.
It also says on here, wheat ale brewed with spices. Could you fill us in on the spices there, Shawn?
Let's go run through all the ingredients in this. So you got some hops. You have a Hallertau Mittelfrueh. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. So, and then you got a blend of 2-row pale malts, malted wheat. Then the giant list of spices and ingredients include orange peel, lemon peel, dried plum, grains of paradise, coriander, anise, hibiscus, rose hips, tamarind, and vanilla.
That is ridiculous. It's like they just took all the leftover spices they had and threw them in here.
That's a ton of ingredients.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to blend, but we'll see, I guess. It's got like a lion on it and like the royal crest or whatever. It's
this kind of pale yellowish color. Nothing really special about it. I do like how the Sam Adams bottles have like Sam Adams embossed onto it. The color scheme is kind of, I don't know, not very appetizing.
Yeah, it's kind of blah. To me, I get the feeling that they're trying to be fancy since it's like their Imperial series and it's a small batch brew, but I don't know, it just doesn't really come off that way. It just kind of comes off as cheesy, kind of.
Yeah, it does. Especially the font, like that block white font. I mean, that block font.
It looks like Arial.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little awkward in terms of the branding, but hey, maybe it's good. Figures. Nice head. It's got like a soapy, sudsy kind of head.
The first thing that I noticed though when it pours is how dark it is, and that's got to be it's the 2-row blend, the pale malts that make it pretty dark. But yeah, it looks like a pale ale or something like that. It's like a orangey, amber, light brown. It doesn't look like a Witbier. Yeah, soapy, off-white head. It quickly went away. There's definitely some alcohol legs on this one.
Oh yeah, not much lacing.
It looks kind of hazy. There's some floaters in this a little bit too. I get some things floating around. It's an interesting looking beer. I get like a lemony, lemon peel type smell, like a citrusy type smell. It's got a fruitiness to it. I definitely get the coriander, kind of like a dusty, musty smell. That's probably from like the yeast maybe.
Yeah, I don't find it very appetizing.
No, it's kind of got like a sweet malt smell to it too. But I think the malt definitely leans away from like the malted wheat smell and more towards like the pale blend of like almost like a breadiness kind of.
It smells kind of heavy.
It smells kind of overwhelming almost.
Yeah. When I think of a wheat beer, I think refreshing.
I think I'm getting like the rose hips or whatever and like a floralness too, I think.
I mean, it's definitely a complex smell.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on with it.
I'm even getting like the plum fruitiness too. I don't smell the anise, which I think is a good thing, because anise can be very overpowering. So I was kind of worried when I saw that on the ingredients list.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh. The ABV attacks you right up front.
It's very off-putting texture. It just kind of coats your mouth like oil. It has an oily texture.
Mouthfeel-wise, it's definitely got like a medium body to it. It's really got like a sticky mouthfeel. It's like sticky as in like syrupy, kind of like sugary, oily type sticky. And it's got a good amount of like soft carbonation to it also.
I've never had a beer that I would call alcohol forward.
Yeah.
This is alcohol forward.
It doesn't hide its ABV very well. You really have to take in very small sips to even make it bearable. It does have like a weird bitterness to it too, that I'm guessing is coming from the hops. I definitely get like a floral note from it. It is kind of sweet.
Yeah, I get the floral note on the finish.
Getting a little bit of like the plummy, fruity type flavor.
The plum comes through the strongest for me, and I just don't like it. It doesn't work well with the alcohol. It's just kind of sickly sweet and warm in a way that I don't enjoy.
I maybe get like the orange a little bit too, like an orange peely, pithy type orange. It's just too much. It's like sensory overload, and not in a good way.
I can get the anise, very faint anise, and I feel like it's off-putting. I don't like it. I think that's what's bothering me about the plum. It's like I can taste the sweet.
It's like a minty plum. It's kind of weird. It's plum licorice. All right, so we've got 2 unfinished glasses, and that means 2 non-recommendations. To me, it's almost as if like they just tried to dump in as much stuff as possible to hide the ABV. You know what I mean? It's just like they try to put all these spices and stuff into it to make this really big, bold beer, be very drinkable at 10.3%. It almost works against itself by being that bold because it's just all too much. It doesn't blend well. There's not very much positive flavor going on with this one. It's really confusing to me and off-putting a little bit too at the same time.
It's heavy in all the wrong ways. It sits heavy in your mouth. The alcohol is so powerful. The malt is too much. It's like there's no one quality of it that I could say comes through in a pleasant way. All of it seems like it's fighting against itself in so many different ways. And I could not pick a single thing out about this that I would say, oh, this is nice. There's a lot of things in it, and you can detect it if you're really looking, but none of them work together in a way that is harmonious.
No recommendations here from the Everyday Aficionados. As Witbiers go, no.
Yeah, I would say stay away from it. There's really nothing to it that sticks out or that's in any way recommendable, so just don't do it. Forget about it. Look for something else. It's not worth it.
Until next time, Everyday Aficionados with our Samuel Adams Imperial White review. Thanks for watching.
See you next time. What were we thinking, folks?